All right, this tutorial is going to show you how to create movie clips inside of movie clips. And why does that sound like Inception? I'm not sure. But what we're going to do is just create a movie clip in the middle of the screen here. So I'm just going to make a green circle like this. I'm going to drag it into the center. And I'm just going to convert that into a symbol. So double clicked it or highlight it, convert to symbol. And I'm going to call it ball MC. And I make sure it's a movie clip. Okay, and if you double click on this movie clip, we go inside Ball MC. And although the timeline doesn't look much different down here, it is actually a new timeline. So what we can actually do with this is animate it inside, and then when we go out, it'll like spam animate like a GIF, unless we put ActionScript to control it. And I'll show you what I mean. So what I'm going to do is just do some frame by frame animation inside here. So I'm going to press F6. Which duplicates the original frame. And then what I'm going to do is change the stroke of this circle. So at the moment it's 5.5. I'm going to make it 6. And then I'm going to go to the next frame. Press F6. So it duplicates the one before, which is the frame where it was 6. And then I'm going to go here and I'm going to change it to 6.5. And so on and so forth until I get to frame number 10. And so I'll just fast forward this bit because I'm just going to keep doing F6 and increasing it by increments of 0.5. All right, that'll do. So you can see that the circle here, if you were to scrub this timeline right here with your mouse, you can see that the circle's sort of popping in and out because the stroke is increasing. That's a good effect if you want to try and make things like buttons look like they're interactive. If you move your mouse over it, it might do this little animation like this. Okay, now if you want it to go back the same way, so at the moment it's increasing, but if you want to like loop and go back and decrease, what you're going to do is highlight all these frames like this. So you click on one and then you hold and drag. It's different than clicking and then clicking again and dragging because that'll move the individual item. You don't want to do that. You want to click once and drag once. What you're going to do is copy the frames. Using Control-C, Control-V won't work. Control-C and Control-V are used for the stage itself, not the timeline. So copy the frames. Then you're going to click over here onto this blank spot right here, and then you're going to right-click and say Paste Frames. And they're all pasted there. It's all the same. That doesn't look any good. So what we're going to do is highlight from here to the one we just pasted, and we're going to right-click and say Reverse Frames. And so what it's done is it's played the first part, and then it's looping back down to its usual size here. Now, we're going to go back out of this scene. And you'll notice that our timeline's back to only one frame because all that animation we did is now inside this movie clip. And that's pretty incredible because we got animation inside the movie clip. And if we want to see what this looks like, press Control Enter. This will export it as a SWF. And look at it. It's just like pumping the beats like a speaker. Great. What we are going to do instead is add this interactivity onto like a button. What we're going to do now is click on this object and say break apart. Because what we're going to do is actually turn this into a button with the exact same settings that we've just made. So it's got the same size and all that. So right click it, say convert to symbol, and I'm going to make it a button. So I'm going to call this one start BTN. Just might be the start button for your game or whatever you're making. So you turn it into a button, and when you double click on this one, the timeline is different because it is now the timeline for a button. So it has up, which is what it looks like when you don't move your mouse over it. Over is when you roll over. Down is when you hit, like when you press it. And hit area is the area that's actually clickable. Okay, this works for touchscreen as well. So what you're going to do is press F6 a few times and fill them all in so they're all pretty much the same. And now what we're going to do is on over and down, we're going to replace this still frame with that movie clip we just made, which is Ball MC. So what we're going to do is on the over frame, make sure it's selected. We're going to drag the Ball MC in. And what we're going to do is move it until it's perfectly aligned with the original shape underneath it, like that. So you can't actually tell anything's happening until you actually use it. And on down, we might just change the color for down because, you know, when you're actually clicking it, we might just make its color a little bit different. Let's make it, I don't know, red. Sure. Hit area. This is the area that is pressable. If we wanted to be a super troll, we could make it really small because this is actually invisible. It's just the area that can be pressed. You can make it really little and then people can only press on the very center. Or it can be a bit nicer and make it slightly larger so people who are Unco can still get it. That's what we're going to do. Alrighty, now that we have a hit area and a button, press Control Enter, and we will see our mover clip inside our mover clip. As you can see on rollover, it is beating like a drum. And when we move off, it stops. So that's a way that you can use mover clips inside of mover clips to create like interactive buttons and that kind of thing. So, if you'd clicked on it, you can see it goes red. And then if we had applied some action script to this, it would actually go somewhere. But yeah, so that is how you put mover clips inside of mover clips. There is like an infinite number of possibilities with this kind of thing. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.